Good day, Ferdin. I am Pravina, and today our topic would be the sexual harassment. So, before I start with my presentation, I would just like to introduce my team members, and they are Sanusha, Roshni, Deelan, and also Dinesh. So, moving forward with the introduction part of this topic, which is the sexual harassment, as I say. Sexual harassment is a type of harassment that involves the direct or indirect sexual overtones. It includes the unwanted and inappropriate promises in terms to exchange for sexual favors. The effect of this sexual harassment is violating the dignity of a person and creating an intimidating, degrading, or humiliating or in any offensive environment towards that victim. As we agree and we can know that women are being the overwhelming majority as a victim most of the time. And it is also with a proof, which is the reports and newses that they are telecasting most of the time. Sexual harassment is such an unrequested sexually which determine the behavior of a person has physical contact and advances and or showing an inappropriate pictures and videos like pornography as well as sexual demand whether by words or action. This issue is actually like a discriminatory when the women are being the victim. And in this matter, it may also create a health and safety problem towards a woman. They might feel insecure most of the time and due to this issue. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rishma Kaliasan from Diploma in Healthcare Management, Batch 21. I will present my slide. Type of sexual harassment. We have three type of sexual harassment. First is physical sexual harassment. Second is verbal sexual harassment. Third is visual sexual harassment. Okay, physical sexual harassment is obvious because it's unwelcoming touching to the individual to the victim in the workplace or other place. Okay, for the visual harassment is the individual exposing themselves to the victim who doesn't appreciate and expose them. Verbal sexual harassment is joke referring to sexual acts and sexual orientation, physical contact, like unwelcoming touching, rubbing, or touch their body part. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
A good day to Sir Zumashti and my fellow friends. My name is Dylan Demirashmuti from Batch 21, Healthcare Management. Today I would like to talk about factors of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment happens everywhere we go. Women are more likely to be victims of sexual harassment caused by men because women are less stronger and more vulnerable. Most of these victims are suffering mentally or having personal issues. This makes them vulnerable and more likely a victim to sexual harassment. Other factors are harassers could have grown up in a broken home, so they did not get the proper education or knowledge about touching other people without their consent. There are men that objectify women without having a thought or feeling for them. This happens so that they can see women as a sexual pleasure. Sexual harassment occurs for both male and female. Men are mostly victims of sexual harassment, but they are more likely to never open up about it because they are scared that people will laugh at them. Men that have less masculinity are more likely to be victims of sexual harassment. Men are harassed by women who have a far more superior personality, and men are also sexually harassed by other men. Children are sexually abused by their step-parents or adult family members. This occasionally happens because children do not know what to do and some of them do not even understand that they are being sexually harassed. Children are also harassed at school by their teachers and their friends. They think it is a game and they go along with it. Some teachers even convince their students that it is okay to do those things, so the children have no choice but to follow them. These are a few pictures that show sexual harassment. That's all from me. Thank you and have a good day.
Hello to Sir Zul Masdi. I am Sanusha Anaprampa Kumar from batch 21 DHCM. My ID number is 05200011. I'm from group number 1. Today my topic is about prevention from sexual harassment at workplaces, schools and colleges. In certain workplaces, they have provided policies to prevent and address sexual harassment. Your employee policy handbook needs the following policies such as sexual harassment policy and general harassment policy. After creating these policies, you need to train all employees on the ways to prevent sexual harassment and how to report sexual harassment when it occurs. The company should provide some open information about harassment to all the staff. Information sessions like personal meetings, office meeting, group discussion, and problem-solving groups can prove very effective in this respect. Staff should be informed of the best way of coping with aggression by means of guidelines. Staff should be informed of the best way of coping with aggression by means of the guidelines. Preventing sexual harassment at schools and colleges. Familiar yourself with federal and state laws as well as your schools and colleges policies and procedures regarding sexual harassment. Schools and colleges should consider adopting a zero tolerance policy on sexual harassment. Schools and colleges should clearly communicate to employees and students that sexual harassment will not be tolerated. They can do so by providing sexual harassment training to their employees as well as to the student also, and by establishing an effective complaint or process and taking immediate action when an employee or student complain about the sexual harassment. Thank you.
Hello sir and all of my friends, I'm Roshni Sharma from the HCM. So today I'll be talking about the summary of sexual harassment. The first point is sexual harassment is a type of harassment involving the use of explicit and implicit sexual, including the unwelcome and inappropriate for sexual favors. It actually happens without we knowing it. So sexual harassment includes a range of actions from verbal transgression to sexual abuse or assault. Harassment can occur in many different social settings such as school, church, working place, and many other places. It happens in a public places. Basically, the harassers think that by doing this, it will not suspect them easily. Harassers or victim may be of any gender, which is the male or female. Sexual harassment is not just illegal, but it is also harmful. It is harmful and illegal in all countries, including Malaysia. It is happening everywhere around the world. The most common injuries suffered by victims of sexual harassment are emotional. Victims of sexual harassment often feel powerless, developing low self-esteem. By knowing or not, the victims may be suffering from depression or maybe suicide. This matter is a heavy and serious matter, but people nowadays is not taking it a serious matter. They don't even bother about sexual harassment. In some cases, they believe that they are to blame of the harassment or for letting it go as long as it did. Government should take some serious action against harassers. Lastly, decades of attention and legal action, this analysis of data, research and experience shows that sexual harassment remains a serious and pervasive problem across virtually all industry sectors and all around the world. That's all from me. Thank you.